Shalom from Israel. This Shabbat we are going to read the portion of Chukat. And this is a big question. How come the greatest leader in the world, the greatest leader that we had, the children of Israel, Moshe, didn't fulfill his mission? He was promised to take the children of Israel out of Egypt towards Israel, but he missed at the last moment, and he was told by Hashem that he's not going to enter the land. How come? What was his sin? What was so bad that he lost the opportunity to fulfill the mission? So we read this Shabbat that he was told by Hashem again, because it happened once 38 years before when we went out of Egypt. But this time, it's going to be different. The first time, when the children of Israel cried and they said, "We don't have water," he was asked to take his stick and to hit the rock, and by a miracle, to bring water to everyone. But this time, it was different. He was told by Hashem to take his stick, but this is the big difference. This time, instead of hitting the rock, he was supposed to speak with the rock. And it's not what he did. He took the stick and he hit the rock. Why is it so important? How come? This is a big difference between hitting the rock and speaking to the rock. Both, it's a miracle. Who could say that because he hit the rock, it's not a miracle? It's not the glory of Hashem? And second question, he already did it before, last time. So he's just doing it again. So we need to understand why this is such a big difference. And the answer for this question is that this time it's not the same generation. All the children of Israel were now standing in front of the eyes of Moshe. This is the generation who is going to occupy the land. It's the children of those who went out of Egypt. And this is the big difference. What happened to the last generation? All of them died in the desert because of the sin that they didn't want to enter the land, while the spies came and they said, "We cannot occupy the land." Therefore, Hashem said to that generation, "Now you're going to walk 38 years in the desert, and every Tisha B'Av you will dig your grave, and 15,000 men will not get out of the grave." And in 38 years, all that generation gone. Now, it's their sons. Now, they need a different leadership. If at the last generation, it was the right thing to do, to hit the rock and to be strong and to make miracles, now, when you enter the land, it's time to talk. No more hitting. Now it's time to talk. Not only to the rock, also to the people. We know the prophecy says that our heart is made out of stone. And if you want to change the heart, to make it more sensitive, you have to speak to the heart and not to hit the rock. Well, Moshe is still their leader, but it's not fit, his leadership, to enter the land. Therefore, Hashem says to him, "You, like all that generation, you were the generation that received the Torah, you went out of Egypt, you made the revolution. But from now on, I need someone else to take care for my sons. This time, it has to be more their way. It has to be more that they understand and they start to feel what I'm asking them. If you are there, every time they just look at you, what you do? It's like hitting me by stick. No, I want them to do it by themselves. They don't need you anymore. And Moshe, after he begged and prayed and cried, he himself asked Hashem later on, I want someone else to replace me. I understand that I don't fit to that mission. So we learn that in Israel it's different. Even though we had great leaders outside the land. But in Eretz Israel it has to be different. What is the main difference? No more big miracles. Now you have to speak to the people. People need to understand and to do it by themselves. Shabbat Shalom, Litot from Israel.